Americans. My Hello, Americans. My Hello.
Behold!
Welcome to a special Ego review, because we don't know when this is going up. Hopefully, if all goes to plan, this will be going up, brace yourselves, on the day that the Consuming Shadow is available to buy from digital stores. I'll be putting links to all the stores you can buy it from in the description.
There'll be plenty of links. I like this as an opening option. See,
This is something a lot of people have latched on to, that one of the options you can do on the opening screen is to murder yourself.
What happens? Should we show them that, or...?
This happens, but if I press the button, I can fight off my suicidal instincts. No, we must fight on. Save the world from the shadow. The consuming
Suicide is
shadow.
painless, but in this case it brings on many changes.
Yes. It wouldn't be that painless. He's not putting it in his mouth. That's how you ensure. I mean, this is probably survivable what he's doing.
Where's it
Might
go?
just blow his face off like Arseface from Preacher.
Oh. It's kind of getting toward, like, it's kind of pointing a bit back there.
Well, you know, recoil can dislodge it a bit.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, enough admiration of suicide.
Enough of the willy-nilly of shooting oneself.
Files.
We have nothing.
No.
Lots of mysteries to solve.
Those will fill out as we encounter monsters. We haven't encountered any in this save, because there's nothing else.
Except the spectre of suicide.
So, The Consuming Shadow is a Lovecraftian procedurally generated game in which we travel throughout the land and find tainted and untainted towns in which to seek clues.
Red means tainted, green means untainted.
Yes, it's like traffic lights.
Yeah.
Go here, you lovely person. Stop, don't come here unless you're a paranormal detective.
Yep, with a gun and a mission.
Our ultimate goal is to prevent the evil ancient god from entering our world.
Oh, get the rosary.
Like the rosary?
Yes.
What's the cash for it?
There's a pro tip for all you players out there: get that rosary first, because that helps reduce sanity loss. And holy jeez.
Always check the items in the safe town shops, because those are handy.
Yeah.
So the method that we need to employ to stop the Ancient from invading the world in approximately 60 hours, which was 72 hours in the alpha, but I thought I'd make it a bit tenser.
And that's an important thing I think to emphasize to people, is everything in this takes time. Driving takes time. Searching for supplies in safe towns eats an hour. So time management's a very big part of this game. You kind of sort of valley about.
Yeah. There's multiple evil Ancients we know of. Only one is the one that's invading the world. We have to go to evil dungeons to find information on the banishment ritual, which is 4 runes that we must incant at Stonehenge to prevent the invasion of the Ancient. One of the runes will be the rune of the god, representing the god invading, and we also have to figure out which god that is.
Yes, because if you cast the wrong one,
Yes, presumably it will be bad. So here we are in a tainted town. These descriptions are somewhat randomly generated. There's a couple of different passages.
So we investigate a few times, and we get a few now. Different kinds of, for lack of a better word, dungeons, but they're not all dungeons, as you say. Well, yeah, but this is a part, not just functions as games.
Whoop-ha.
Yep.
Whoop-ha.
Pistol whipping is a useful... Get used to learning how to pistol whip, because you don't want to just go peeing your ammo away. That stuff's important.
You can do it while moving.
Yeah.
That's news into the alpha. I had to divide the sprite into two. That's why his lower body doesn't move at all when he's doing that.
He's just got good grounding. That's good
He's stiffened his hips.
Yeah.
Resolution against the evil.
He's girded his loins. So yeah, we got look at that. And that noise means there's something you can search for. You want to search for things. Because it's survival-y, isn't it? This isn't like a haha we.
Well, yeah, it's one of my inspirations was FTL. You have to manage your resources. There's this big evil thing weighing down on you. Oh, just found one of the diary pages.
That gets added to the little. Should we examine the dude?
I suppose we should. I'm so used to it now. This little patch page. Oh, a corpse. Oh, how mundane.
Just another day. But the corpses, don't they sort of give you?
Hey,
a bertha.
piss off you. Ow, ow,
Yep.
ow. Yeah, and you.
Yeah. So the berthas are kind of dicks because they've been infected and filled with little beasties. So when you kill them, they hatch.
Yes, that's one of the early boss monsters. They become a regular enemy the more you go through the game.
And then you also start to see more advanced forms.
Yes, and the dungeons get bigger.
Yeah, often quite bigger.
So this was the first easiest dungeon of the game.
Kz symbol.
Okay, so now we know.
Ooh, good.
Now we know the third rune of the banishment ritual is Kz, the spellcasting screen. This is what we would use to cast spells if we had it.
And that's something you pick up spells along the way that you can cast in game, not just for the thing at the end, and that gives you sort of little advantages here, some buffs, some. Oh. Hit him.
I'm hitting him. That was a buzzer. He buzzes. I think he's only introduced to the monster pool after you beat the first dungeon. He's a new friend. Oh, speaking of spells. Hey!
This is a good spell.
These are occasional random drops you find in the dust pit. Or whatever is the... Let's demonstrate dark vision. Oh, that's... sorry, I'll just cancel out of that. That could
almost,
have been...
yeah, you almost passed the diarrhea spell.
That could have been embarrassing. Whoops. So what's happening here is that casting a spell has cost us a bit of sanity.
That's triggered the anxiety status effect.
Yeah, when you lose sanity, there's a chance of getting anxiety. When you're anxious, your hand wobbles, which makes your aim slightly worse.
Which can be a real problem with buzzers. Especially the little ones, like...
I think I'm going to pick this for... I've got 25% now, I won't pick yet. Oh.
Okay, so we have to find the key.
Well, this dungeon may or may not have a key.
Oh, so dungeon... Oh, see, there we go. Now we've got a spitter. Hit him.
I'm going to hit you.
So, I never encountered a dungeon where there wasn't a key.
Well, that's... I don't know if
this is important.
Yes. We've just found a clue about one of the gods. This is not telling us that Byala is the invading god. There are 3 gods we'll find information about. One of the major clues that you find from beating dungeons is which gods are not invading.
Yeah, that's good.
You'll find out. And say things like that. Byala is not the invading god, or the purple god is not the invading god.
Or Byala hates the invading god. So the way the gods relate to each other, I found was probably the best way for me to work out who was doing what.
Yeah, one of the gods is invading, one of them is the ally of the invader. One of them
is a copper.
You can, if you...
Hock and goobies.
If you
I
can
hit the spit, I forgot about that.
You can time that. You need to get in close because the spitter tries to attack from mid-range, so he'll back off if you go for melee.
See, and this is where the night vision comes in handy. When you can't see the buzzers from a distance, they just tear into your sort of space. Usually by that stage, it's a bit late to react with them.
Behind as well. Well, I ran out of ammo. I considered buying more ammo at the shop, but that rosary was too tempting.
I think the rosary to me is always a good choice. Like, you can melee your way through a lot of stuff if you get good at the melee. Getting sanity back is tough.
Yeah, it's almost like a conscious by the design. This sanity is almost a permanent loss. You can restore it by taking illegal drugs.
Just like in real life.
These things up here because they numb you to the horror of reality. But that effect ticks down over time.
And it's not a permanent up.
Yeah, and each time you take drugs, you get less of an effect, just like real life.
And yeah.
So night has now fallen, which means our visibility is going to be compromised in dungeons. I don't want to go to a dungeon straight away yet. I want to find a nice town.
Is this a nice town?
No, because you can see there's fog.
Oh, so fog always indicates.
Yeah.
Oh, I never forgot
Fog and green sky is bad town. But, we got a text message earlier telling us about a job that needs doing in Former. We only get jobs for safe towns. So I'm going to go there. Okay, it's a monster sized job. I think we can handle that.
Well, it's important to do the jobs because that gives you the cash that lets you buy the upgrades.
Yes.
They really do make the game sort of.
Oops. Random event. Oh, that's handy. This is one of the missions where you can guarantee a good result if you're carrying the right magical equipment, and by chance, the only equipment we have is the rosary. Rather than having to choose whether we have to tell him the frightening truth or a comforting lie, we can just...
Aren't the frightening truth and comforting lie like there's no guarantee on either of those?
No, both of them have an effect of a good effect or bad effect. I think the odds of good or bad varies. This is another thing that was borrowed from FTL, which, as I said, was one of my main inspirations. Because I remember when I first played FTL, I remember thinking that this whole concept would work really well with a Lovecraft book, you know?
Yeah, the slow. It's kind of like FTL and probably like the Battlestar Galactica board game, where there's no good options. There's just the best bad ones.
Yeah. And, as you go through FTL, you're being chased by this huge, nebulous man.
Yeah.
That was the rebel thing.
The bad thing.
In this case, I took inspiration from that with the 60-hour time limit that's constantly counting down. It's a constant reminder. And
you'll think that 60 hours is a long time when you first start playing.
Yeah.
You'll see that and you'll go, I've got ages. You don't realize like particularly getting the identity of the gods takes time.
Yeah. I've been known to finish the game with like about 20 minutes left, but then I didn't make it.
Oh!
Just switch to a new...
Hollow points! Eat it! Okay. Yeah.
That'll teach him. Hollow points are...
The high damage.
Yeah, basically just more damage. I think they do triple damage with regular bullets.
This is regulars, hollow points, and the armor piercings.
Yes, armor piercings do the double damage with regular bullets and also penetrate enemies. So it would have been useful in that situation. Okay, we got 30...
I visit the hospital to recharge you.
Yes. We'll refill our med kit and spend our remaining cash. Oh, that's a good one, but I kind of need the ammo.
No. See, personally, if I was running this, I'd go body armor and then melee a lot.
I like to have bullets, mate. I'm a bulletsy kind of guy. Well, I think I'll get the body armor. So then we have 3 equipped items at a time.
I love that you're a guy running around now with like just a gun, a rosary, and a gun.
Yeah, it's very...
That says supernatural investigator to me.
Yeah, that's very alone in the dark, isn't it?
Mm.
We'll just pick up some armor-piercing bullets. The costs vary.
But this is why you want to do the jobs. Yeah. So you can just sort of wander around aimlessly and explore. No,
leave us alone, kids. I'm trying to save the world. So, yeah, that's the risk when you get text messages. Sometimes
money and sanity.
Sometimes it's people just donating money to the cause. Sometimes it's messages that will decrease your sanity. Like that.
Yeah.
That's the risk, I suppose.
And the less sane you get, the more prone you become to anxiety effects, and you start to get like scratching on the screen. And...
yeah, there's quite a few different insanity effects. We'll see if any of them come up.
Ask what your inspiration for the insanity effects was?
Well, one of my inspirations was the board game Arkham Horror, where every player has a sanity score.
That's a fun game.
Yeah, so that's another game where you have to like gather clues.
Yeah.
In my case, I wanted the clues to like in that game. You just like trade clues for
Yeah, like clues are just
progress.
tokens.
In this case, I wanted the clues to mean something. So
That's
the
actually-
clues, like the clues are part of this ongoing logic puzzle. Goes to the game where you have to deduce which is the invading god.
Yeah, there's no... You don't just... Yeah, clues aren't just objects you collect until you get 7 and then it goes, okay, you can now defeat the god. You can go in on a guess. If you think you've got an educated guess of what the god is, but maybe don't have it 100% certain, you can go in on that. Hell, you can just roll the dice.
Yeah, if time's wanting.
Yeah.
Or you don't think you could survive another dungeon. I have to listen carefully because the sound's a bit low. And sound is how we know
Oop,
that ambush.
a wall rune.
Someone inscribed pt rune. That means pt is the rune of one of the 3 gods, and also means that the white god hates this god for whatever reason.
And that's all... Can you cast the rune?
Yes, you can cast the rune, you see.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get a little bit of sanity from that. Not
It's like
really.
1 or 2.
Not really much. The only like reason that's there is to sort of communicate to the player that if you see a rune, it might be a good idea to cast it back. Oh, here's another wall rune. Someone is AU, and they're friends with Mr. White. Which means that Mr. White has a friend. The god who is the enemy of the invading god and the invading god's ally has no allies, obviously. So that means the white god has to be either the invader or the invader's ally.
So it's not...
Yeah.
Whatever her name is. Bitchface.
What?
Petit, or whoever you already... Who was the purple?
Aha, found the keys.
Hey!
This will help.
Yeah, so you said earlier, like, I didn't realize you could get into a dungeon and get keys for it.
Yes. In some dungeons, if the objective rooms are not locked, then there's a chance that a key won't spawn. That's why it's important to have lockpicks as well.
There are also a few little items and objects you can get that make lockpicking easy.
Yeah, this is a hostage, and he's alive.
Is he a...
Well, we'll
Is
know
he-
when we approach.
Hey!
Sometimes the hostages have been turned. So when you approach, they will draw a gun. But in this case, we got lucky. That was at the missing person type of dungeon. That's now completed.
I've often found it useful to still explore after I've completed the dungeon objective.
It's good to find all the like pickups that might still be lying around.
Yeah, especially if you've gotten the four-leaf clover, which buffs the luck.
Oh, I have another item. Got the shoulder stock, which improves my fire rate, which is represented by the yellow symbol of the gun there. You'll notice when we fire, it fills up again.
That's actually really
to
that's a really
demonstrate
good buff.
when we will be able to fire a second time.
Oh,
Oh bollocks! So that's the risk you run at night when visibility is poor.
yeah. Listen for things. Hey, weapons.
Alright, hopefully that means there's something to pick up in there. Yes. I haven't found many clues yet. The ratio of clues versus equipment you find in like the storage containers in dungeons varies based on like the
How close were they?
aesthetic of the dungeon.
Oh, okay.
Now, we're in the house, which has like a mix of documents and equipment. If we were in the office building, it would be all documents.
And then
If
there's...
we're in the warehouse, it's all equipment.
So that's good, because then you can make choices about how much you want to explore. Like if you've got, you know, lots of clues already and you're in a warehouse, you may want to explore more clues and get equipment. If the other way around, you might go elsewhere.
Indeed. I'd like to clarify that Gabriel has been testing this game for me.
For a long time now. When did you first start working on this?
Oh, I've been working on this for years.
Yeah, because you were at the old house when you first showed me, like, back when it was something to do with a guy who was hydrophobic.
Oh yeah, that was like an old adventure game idea I was working on. And I used like a similar engine for this, where it was just like a 2D, like the dungeons in this game, just walking from room to room. And yeah, that's into this. I wanted to see if I could... First thing I made was the random dungeon system. I wanted to see if it could be done. Because I was interested in procedural generation at that time. Not necessarily adventure games and stuff. And then I just made all the other stuff around it, I guess. Starting point. So yeah, they're working on for a few years. If I'm honest, there have been long periods of procrastination. Because I do have to make a living. But it's finally, we've finally got a release build, which is hopefully this. And yeah, I've been working with my good friend Ramin, who have very kindly volunteered to act as producer, and he gave me a kick up the arse where it was needed. Well, we don't have the money for treatment.
Oh well.
I don't really need any anyway.
So I'd say that's probably your biggest failing as a creator, is you get a bee in your bonnet about something, you work on it really hard, and then you get another bee, and you just tear off onto that next thing, and you got another bit.
Well, did you see a mysterious figure standing in the... earlier there while we were driving? I imagine. Yes, so...
Organized rats!
We've gone through quite a few iterations. Yeah, if you played the alpha, you may recall you had to pick up jobs from towns. Now jobs just occur randomly while you're driving, and you get text messages about them.
I like that a lot better.
Because it like sort of trains the player about them better, I find. And yeah, you may have noticed I'm using the controller for this. There's controller support now,
That's
as well as mouse
much
keyboard.
more convenient.
The original alpha was designed to be just used with mouse because I fancy certainly for a tablet game. But that's ideal. Oh, Jesus Christ, there's a lot of them.
That's not a good... Oh, there's a fucking...
Yep, that means there's a nest here. Die, 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 die. Oh,
shit.
Bugger. Well, this is useful. We're demonstrating a lot of features in this video.
Yeah, that's...
I now have a status effect. I have a broken leg.
No running.
Yep, we just found what's the last rune of banishment ritual is the god's rune. So we'll need to pick up some more clues. Find out what their rune is.
Did you have the first rune, the first thing as well? Check the spells thing again?
Yeah, we got all but one there.
Oh, wow.
And we still need a lot of more clues.
Yeah, we do not have a lot of information about precisely who's invading.
It's okay, 45 minutes left. Plenty of time. Still in the north of England.
So is that the sort of time? Because I know it's 45 hours in quotes in the game.